Under the management section in the virtual machine settings, I have a few options we care about as well. One is the automatic stop action. The automatic stop action determines what this virtual machine will do when the host machine is shut down. The default is always save the virtual machine state. What that will do is take everything that's in memory while this virtual machine is running, and it saves all of that to this file. The file has a .avhdx extension. It's called a differencing file, actually. When the server reboots, the operating system we can have restart, and everything that was in memory that was written to this avhdx file simply gets reloaded. So a real life example. I have Microsoft Word and Excel open in my virtual machine, then I reboot the host. When the host comes back up, the virtual machine automatically starts and it loads everything that was in memory. So when I go back to the virtual machine after the reboot, Microsoft Word and Microsoft Excel are open at exactly the same point they were before the host was shut down. I also have the option to turn off the virtual machine. That is the wrong answer to every scenario. Even Microsoft recommends you never set this as a default option. This is the equivalent of pulling the power plug out of your machine. So much so, when you start back up, it will ask if you want to start Windows normally. It's weird that it's a default option, but Microsoft and everyone else recommends you do not use it, yet they left it in the list. If you want to power the machine off, then shutdown is what you would choose. That is a graceful shutdown. That's the equivalent of you actually clicking shutdown and having the machine power itself off. So if I choose that, anytime you shut down the host, the virtual machine will shut itself down, then the host will power off. The counter to that is the automatic start action. The automatic start action defaults to automatically start if it was running when the service stopped. So if my virtual machine is powered on and I reboot the host, when the host comes back up, it's going to automatically start this virtual machine again. I could say do nothing. That simply means this virtual machine would stay powered off forever until someone comes to it and manually starts it. So each time you start the host, you'd have to start this virtual machine by hand. Always start this virtual machine automatically. The interesting thing about this is the startup delay. So every time the host starts, this virtual machine will start. You may have some virtual machines that you want to start in a specific order. If you have virtual machines that are replicas of each other, you may want to start one ahead of the other. You also may not want to bog down the host. If I have a dozen virtual machines and they all start at exactly the same time, that's a drain on the server. So I may want to start them maybe 30 seconds apart, 45, 60 seconds, whatever you believe appropriate. So in this VM, I could just say 60 seconds after the host starts, start the virtual machine. So that's our automatic stop action and automatic start action.